Alright guys, how's it going? What I'm going to do, I've had requests and whatnot for people to see some of the gaming memorabilia I've got, so if you bear with me, some of the stuff is actually on the wall at the moment, so I'm not about to take it down because, well, it's a pain in the arse, so it's not going to happen. But what I've done, I've kind of panned the camera at the moment so that you can see part of the back wall as well. But I'm going to lead you through some of the gaming memorabilia, which means everything that obviously I think could come under that definition. So if there's any like films that started off as games that I want to do, I'll do that and I'll put those on there as well. So bear with me guys. I'm going to work the way through obviously games and DVDs first, because these are what I think are interesting, because obviously you've got like special editions and some of those special editions are different from each other. So bear with me. What I'll do is I'll go through the DVDs first and then games for you. First of which, or the first two of which, weren't exactly received very well, or at least in the UK anyway. You know. But first one being Doom, and yes, started off as a game and everybody knows it. The film didn't quite cut it in many ways, and it wasn't disappointing as such, it was just that about cuts what it means. So pop that down there. Second one, another one that wasn't exactly received very well, but I enjoyed it because I like the series that this was created from. A little bit of acting in there which was a little bit hit and miss, but what are you going to do? Which is Prince of Persia. I would say go and watch it just if you're a fan. If you're not really interested, then don't bother. It's not one that I'd paid an abundance amount for, so like I said, if you want to go and see that. The next two are a series which, if you can actually hear the audio on here, you can actually hear Final Fantasy in the background. That would be my wife playing 13. These two films are part of that series as well. The first one, I really don't know what to say about because it bored me to death, but I've got it because it's part of the collection. And I'm weird like that, so yeah. But Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within. Again, not the best Final Fantasy film that's ever been created, but again, part of the series. It's a good film, but don't expect any stupid effects that you get in games or any other kind of memorabilia for Final Fantasy, because it's not anything like that. It was essentially a Hollywood attempt at doing what Hollywood do best and destroy franchises. So yeah, go out and get it if you're a collector anyway. It's a good film if you like that kind of thing, but I found it a bit dire in places. The next one, another Final Fantasy film, but this comes from number 7, which, as a lot of you already know, is classed as one of the best Final Fantasy games of its time, and probably still the best retro Final Fantasy ever. But yeah, which is Advent Children. And I fucking enjoy this, I do. It's absolutely awesome. And if you find it, go out and get it. Personally, price-wise, if you find it anywhere below £9, get it, because it is that good. This is actually the collector's edition of it, which is a 2-disc one, but they did do a single disc as well, so go out and get that if you find it for anything under £9, seriously, it's that good. The next one, it's basically clips from different artists to this one, and it comes from an Xbox series that has been going for a while now, and all the games still cease to amaze me anyway. So, which is Halo Legends. Now, this isn't exactly a film, it's more of, how can I put it? It's clips from different artists that have worked on certain films and things like that. There's like manga in there, there's CGI in there, there's everything. Just go out, get it, have a look. It is pretty smart how they've done it as well. because there's different visual effects and things like that. And when I say visual effects, I mean artist rendering, artist drawing, things like that. So go out and get that. The next one I recently got, just because I'm a Halo fan anyway, and it is Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn. And this, at the moment, this is the closest we're going to ever get to a Halo film. That's one of the reasons I bought it, but it is really, really good. It explains a kind of a prequel story before you get to Halo 4, so like I said, go and get that one. That's the DVDs cut with. Next ones I'm going to go through a few games that I bought that were special edition, which means to me anything that came with any kind of trinkets or anything like that. So that's what I'm going to show you now. Grab them. You get a picture of my arse as well, which you just got. Final Fantasy for the PSP. 3 games essentially of number 4. The original one, and obviously you've got the After Years, which was actually released on the Wii Store, on the Nintendo Wii first, and then Sony went and remastered it for this. There's also another one in there which I haven't actually played, if I'm perfectly honest with you guys, because I've not got around to playing it, and my PSP is on the basically fritz as well, because it makes a horrendous grinding noise when you play. So I haven't got around to playing that because I'm afraid my PSP is going to die. But yeah, don't want to get halfway through that and it die. Can't afford a new. But yeah, that's 3 games essentially in one. I've also got an interlude in there for the After Years and the link between the first Final Fantasy IV and the After Years, which is I thought was pretty cool. Next one, now I've put this in here because it essentially gives you 3 games, and the first 2 games in my mind are just classic anyway, so you know, I'm putting it in there, which is Doom 3, the FD edition. Comes with both 1 and 2, and it's set off first person genre. You can't really deny that, so that's that. I don't really need to say anything else about it. Everybody knows Doom. Now, this one, I haven't got the 2 trinkets for it, which is really, really annoying. I actually bought the game for a £5 in the box, which was slightly annoying. But I found the actual special edition case, I think a few weeks later, and it was, thinking in a cash converters, if I'm honest. But if I'm perfectly honest, I'm so struggling finding the actual pieces to it, which was a USB and a keyring, which came in the actual case, and that is for the 3. And what? Good morning. Alright, 2. She's mourning at me now, what? £2 to pay for it. There you go. And I think we actually paid for the original and they didn't have any, so they gave us a special edition box with the game in it instead. But yeah, I'm really struggling to find the 2 trinkets for that. It is really annoying me, and if you guys know anybody on YouTube or eBay or Amazon, just give me a shout, tell me. Because I'm getting to the point where I'd pay a stupid amount for them if I had the money. So yeah, just give us a shout with that. But £2, yeah. Yes, I'm a cheapskate, and that's what most of you are thinking. The next one being one of my favourite games, which is actually getting a HD remaster. And this is by far just one of the best games for the console ever. And that is my Zelda Special Edition. And the only reason I put this in here is because it actually comes with, if you guys have got it, you already know, the Ocarina of Time and the Ocarina of Time Master Quest, which is a lot harder than the original Ocarina of Time, and that's the reason I put that in here, because it is a limited edition technically, so I count it as memorabilia. But yeah, that is absolutely awesome, and it's in perfect nick as well. I was well pleased when I saw that. The next one, and last one, of the games is my Halo Reach, and I've done a previous video on this, which I will put in the link below. But I've done a previous review video on this as well, which I will, like I said, put in the link. But it comes with basically like diaries, things like that, and all that kind of stuff. It actually comes with like some holo cards as well, and like key cards that you'd find in the game and things like that. But yeah, I'd hold that quite close to my chest as well because I love that to bits. But yeah, that's the last one of the games. Now, I'm going to run through some of them fairly quickly because I really can't say much of them, because one of them I've got plenty of the set, but I'm not exactly going to cradle them in my arms, which is my Halo Lego, which is, I'll come close to the camera there, which is those ones there. And the only reason I've not brought the rest of them over is because if you've seen my setup video, they're actually over in that corner over there. And I'm not carrying them all along because I've got stuff like Warthogs, I've got Banshees and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not going to bring them all over. But yeah, that's that. And like I say, I've got a fair whack of set of that, if I'm honest. I've got a fair chunk of stuff on there, so I'm really pleased with that. The next one, now I'm going to hold that one close to my heart. I've done a previous video on how much I paid for this, £3, £2.99. And it was awesome, and it comes with your guitar peripheral in there as well. That's why I'm counting this as memorabilia, because of that. But yeah, it actually comes with some stickers as well to put on the actual grip, so you can change the actual colour. So that's pretty good. The next one of these I only got the other day, which my wife bought for me. Bless her. Playing Final Fantasy. And now she's laughing at me. Which is, I already had that one. You guys have seen this. But I saw Toad and I wanted it, so she bought it. But yeah, I think these are pretty good. They're both different Pez dispensers, but I really don't mind them matching. It's something to look at and something pretty. So, but yeah, that's those ones. Sticking with the Mario Nintendo feel, I've also done these in a previous video as well, which are my Mario playing cards, which I actually got in a magazine, and I put them away somewhere, lost them for about 6 months, and then couldn't find them. And they turned up in a box, which I abruptly found under the stairs, I think. So, but yeah, those pretty cool. The next one is one of the ones I just love to bits, because it's actually one that has a lot of memory for me, personally, because it's one of the good things that happened in the period of time of what I was doing, but I'll tell you that later. But yeah, that is my Warthog with Master Chief sat in his driver's chair on this side, and then the turret on the back, which does actually pivot as well, which I think is pretty cool. And it's actually made of, it's not made of plastic or anything like that, it's actually made out of like die-cast metal that you'd find in your like Hot Wheels and things like that, which I thought was pretty good. Just lock that back on there without falling over. Next ones, I'm going to show you that because I just think it's pretty cool. My Fruit Ninja Bomb. I've got two of these on a two of these on the shelf over at the other side, and where you can see my finger there, that's where that one goes. But yeah, that actually makes noises as well. So, you know, I thought it was pretty impressive, and to say what I paid for it as well, I think it was, what, $1.99? 70p. Yeah. Why the hell not? So, that's that. My next one is, well, I'm going to go through these all together because they are just some of my favourite collectibles that I own. And I'm going to start off with that, which is my beautiful picture of Assassin's Creed 3. I just think that's awesome. And to say what I paid for it, I'm not going to complain because that was cheap as hell. And it came with the frame, so yeah. My next one, and they're all essentially Assassin's Creed 3 bar 1, which is actually from Revelations, so bear with me. The other one I've got is my statue as well, which, now, I was surprised when I opened this because I wasn't expecting it to be as detailed as it was. And you can actually see all the grooves and everything in the actual tree trunks and stuff like that, you can see on there. So, and then obviously we've got Connor with his arrows on his back, the musket, and you've also got, if you can see there, you've also got his Indian X there as well. So yeah, awesome. Pop that back on there. And sticking with the Assassin's Creed theme, we actually have 2 books as well, which my wife is actually collecting. It's not actually me that's collecting, but we are after, obviously, the whole set, just to make things really good. The first one, which I'll show you, is the Assassin's Creed Revelations, which is just fantastic, just awesome. The game was awesome, so you can imagine what the book's going to be. The book is normally better than the game, so yeah. The next one is Forsaken, which I believe is actually a prequel story to Assassin's Creed 3. I could be wrong in that assumption, but like I said, I've not read it, so I don't know. I've looked it up, and from what I've seen, it's a prequel to the actual game, so that's that. Next one, you can probably see it there, which is, I'm going to put that up because memorabilia to me. We need San Andreas poster, which, again, I'm going to say it's a funny story because it is to me. It came in a Vice City box. Shouldn't have been a Vice City map, but yeah, it came with that, and I didn't actually have San Andreas up until I got it for the Xbox the other day, so I've got that collection to go with. So yeah, that was quite nice. My next one, now, before I do this, I used to work at Game for a period of time, and for the people in the UK, you're going to know what that is. For you guys that have subscribed and you're in the US, it's basically GameStop, and you know, all that. And I got a few trinkets from there as well, which I thought was pretty cool. One of which being that Assassin's Creed jacket, and a few of the lanyards as well, which one of them is, you can see that, Far Cry 3, and the other one is of course Assassin's Creed 3. So yeah. Also on my keys, I have them. My Sonic and Knuckles on there. There is also hanging about somewhere a Shadow one, which is, I believe, on my wife's keys. So, but yeah, you know, has to be done. Again. Next one. See, I've disappeared off. No. But yeah. Now, I've done a previous setup video where I showed this, but I've not actually reviewed it. And I'm not going to review it on this one because this is just showing you what I do actually on. But this was her idea to get me to play games, because I don't play board games. I get bored of board games. No, fine. But yeah, she bought this and she's determined to make me play it at some point. But that is indeed Nintendo Monopoly. Your eyes do not deceive you if you've never seen it before. But yeah, Nintendo Monopoly. Pretty good idea for us gamers that don't play them. But yeah. Next ones are indeed my Sonic stuff, because I left that till last. Because I'm a big Sonic fan. You guys know it. I'm not going to go any further. So first of all, these two. Love them to bits, and yeah, it needs to be done. Can't really say much about them. The plushes. The next two are, this is something I bought really cheap. I think they cost me 99p each, if I'm perfectly honest with you, from Game. So, and no, I wasn't working there when I got them either, so that was without discount. But yeah, which is the Sonic and All Stars Racing wheels, 2 of which grand total of 198. So yeah, that's that. And I've also got a Sonic Money Pot as well. I believe a lot of people do have this, and you know, it has to be done. You know, it's Sonic. If you're a Sonic fan, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, that's that. And last but not least, I've put these in here mainly because they essentially add to a game's kind of enjoyment if you want to complete it in the fullest fashion you can. And I wasn't about to show you all of them because I've got at least, what, 2, 3, I think I've got about 8 of them somewhere, so yeah. But yeah, I'm going to show you those. Let's grab those there. Which are my game guides for, obviously, things like Final Fantasy. I think there's one for Star Ocean, and I think most of them are for Final Fantasy, mainly because wife. But yeah, it's not a bad thing. At least you can not complain if they're not doing anything. So, but yeah, that's 13 and 13.2. We also have 12 down there as well. We have had a lot of others in previous days, but unfortunately, like I've told you guys before, I was collecting before, but for some circumstances I had to get rid. So yeah, I wasn't impressed, but it had to be done. And it doesn't come under game guides, but I'm going to show it you anyway, because where we live now, they've actually stopped doing any cards or anything for them, and I've got indeed a load of cards which you guys possibly don't have or whatever, and if so, and you want to trade for the cards, I'm not bothered. But yeah, Skylanders book. This book is damn near complete, and I don't know how many we're missing. How many we're missing, Kara? About 30. 30 out of what, hundreds, I'm going to say, because there is literally hundreds in there, and it is damn near complete. Like I say, I've got a load of Skylander cards that, you know, I'm doing nothing, we've got doubles of and whatever, so if any of you guys are interested, comment below, inbox me even, send me something in my inbox, tell me if you want them, and I'll set up a trade for that. If you've got any Skylander cards that we don't have, I'll let you know which ones we need and we can sort it out from there. But yeah, that, which like I say is damn near complete, so really annoyed with that. But other than that, guys, I think I've pretty much covered everything I technically own, possibly. I do have a lot of Tron figures, as you guys have seen in my setup videos, but I'm not about to grab them off any shelf either because there is loads of them. Big Tron fan, so yeah. But yeah, guys, that I believe is indeed about it. So what I shall do, I shall love you, leave you, and like I said, every single video, like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up below, comment below, and if you haven't already subscribed, then subscribe. What I do want to do, actually, while I'm thinking about it, is a few people that have thrown me a few subscribes as well, and I just want to thank you guys for that. It means a hell of a lot, and obviously it's going to get me noticed a lot more. So thanks for that, guys. You all know who you are, and at the moment I didn't actually look into names before I did the video, so I won't mention any of you just in case I do get the names wrong. So thanks for that, guys, and I shall see you all again soon.